No, that's not settling it mano a mano, is it? That's not a good old British way of doing things.
Well, we could do a number of things. Okay, we could do like arm wrestling is a start. Okay, start with arm wrestling.
Maybe you could do like a three stages. One would be arm wrestling.
Yeah, that would establish who's got the strongest biceps. Okay, then we could get them to drink something disgusting. That would establish who's got the most bollocks. Yeah. Then maybe we could see who's got the most bollocks. That's number 3.
I think Fiona can hold the webcam for that.
I'm not sure that's going to make great radio. But,
yeah, no, thank you, G-Man. Very much indeed. We've got to rattle on because things are getting nice and busy here, which we like. I'll take another quick call. Hello, you're on Play Radio.
Boyd, Barkus here.
Barkus!
How are you?
Missing you. How you doing?
Well, I'm sorry I can't make it, and I felt guilty about this lack of appearance, so I thought I'd make contact. I'm in my shed.
Oh, you like your shed for a bit of cigar and a glass of red, don't you?
I do. It's very gusty here in my shed. Hang on one second. Listen to this. Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you're cocooned, and yet you're on the outside.
Living.
Have you got a stogie there?
Got a stogie. I have a Monte Cristo number 2. I've not been able to beat last week's Rioja £1.80 something from Lidl, but I do have a £4 bottle of Rough Red. So.
Excellent.
But I was feeling I was missing out on the proceedings this evening.
Well, we've been discussing whether you'd rather have 40 lashes or 6 months in a Sudanese prison. What would you go for?
It's a tough one to call. I've been dwelling on this, and I think, for the lashes, the textbook definition is that the whipper, the man who's administering the blows, is supposed to have a copy of the Quran under his arm, isn't he? Under his whipping arm. So therefore, actually, theoretically, whilst you get the irritation, you wouldn't actually get pain, because if you've got one of those tomes under your right arm, let's say you were right-handed and administering the blows, how high up could you actually get your arm to go before crashing down on the buttocks? And I don't see how you could do that.
Well, talking of buttocks, I've actually put in a couple of caveats and said that I would go for the lashes, provided I could choose the lasher, and that Elizabeth Hurley kept a tube of KY jelly underneath her arm during the lashing.
It'd be Hurley for you, would it?
Yes, sorry, Bob.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, no, Hurley. I read something in the Telegraph magazine 2 years ago. Apparently, Hurley used to go to a number of parties held at various stately homes where they used to play this game that apparently is quite prevalent in the upper classes. Where what you do after you've had dinner, particularly after the port, is you'd bend over the sofa and you'd be blindfolded, and someone would smack your bottom, and you have to work out who the smacker was.
I read that article. It's quite famous.
I liked it.
There's a very good picture of her replicating that moment.
Really?
Did you not see that?
No, do you have copies?
Not in very good condition, but I'll get mine to you during the week.
Are they laminated?
Thank you, Duncan. Talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Where are we? Let's take a Skype call. Who do we have on Skype, Stuart?
Neil.
Neil. Hi, Neil.
yeah, hi. How's it going, Tommy?
Hey. Good.
Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. My sister Laura is getting married to a guy called Kelvin, and I wondered if you could bless their nuptials, because I know you have that power vested in you.
She's marrying somebody called Kelvin.
Yeah. Well, that's. Well, yeah. I mean, I have my reservations because he's also he's a strange one. He's an internet pervert, and he has talked frequently of leather boots, and he is supposed to wear.
It's always a difficult one, isn't it? Because we're all a little bit kinky, but on the other hand, where does that become perversion? You know, Woody Allen said.
So the equation.
Woody Allen said, "A feather is kinky. The whole chicken, that's perverted." and I think
he's got a point.
He's got a point, hasn't he? Yeah. So,
well, this guy's 24. He's also a younger man, and he still lives with his mum and dad. They met over the internet and have been Skyping each other. And but this guy can't even cook his own meals.
Really?
Yeah, his mum and dad goes away for the weekend and leaves him, and then phones him periodically to check what he's been eating. I know he just lives on cereal when they're away.
Well, he's regular, but he may not be a good catch.
Yeah. Well, could you give them a
yes,
little blessing?
I will. What are the names again?
Laura and Kelvin.
Laura and Kelvin. Okay. May the blessings of all that is in and on the air be on Laura and Kelvin, and the fruits of their labour. Thank you for that, Neil. Interesting. Matt?
Yeah, Colin says, obviously none of you have been to prison. I met a lad in a detention centre who lived in the Isle of Man and had received 6 strokes of the birch and was likely to bear the scars permanently. Mark says, dear team, I'm a comedy writer. A lot of time on his hands at the minute then. Why is it when I tell people I'm a comedy writer, the first response I get is say something funny? I've chosen a profession where you are instantly expected to prove it. I hope gynecologists don't have the same problem.
Yeah, it's interesting that, isn't it? I gather women run a mile from gynecologists if they find out socially that, they're dating a gynecologist. There's an episode of Frasier all about it. This guy's a gynecologist, and Roz and Daphne are both running around going, he's a gynecologist. You can't possibly go out with him. Is that right?
Well, why?
Well, I used to go going around looking for women with a mate of mine called Rob, and he used to pretend to be a South African tennis player, and he did quite well. And I used to say I was a gynecologist. And to prove it, I would show that I had very well-trimmed nails. What is that? Funny. Haven't you pretended to be... Fiona, haven't you pretended to be somebody other than yourself to pull?
No.
No?
No.
Never? Matt, have you ever pretended to be somebody other than a DJ?
No, it's usually quite a good reason.
It is quite a good one, isn't it? Stuart?
Absolutely.
Who have you pretended to be?
Oh, all sorts of different things. I've worked in motorsport because I had a friend who worked at McLaren, so I knew quite a bit about the inside workings of McLaren and what have you.
And you reckon that
so
women...
I worked for McLaren, and I got to go on the Formula One circuit and this, that, and the other. It was great. Worked really well.
And it worked, did it?
It worked 2 or 3 times, yeah.
You found some girls who wanted to go out with somebody who knew a lot about Formula One?
I found some girls who wanted to go on the Formula One circuit for a free trip on holiday.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I think I only call myself a gynecologist to see whether they go for me just for looks alone, actually. I guess that was part of the reason, to be honest.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah.
I've got an email I want to get out of the way because this we get the same email every
This isn't the
week.
Is this the one about the lake?
Mark Pearson, you never dated a girl whose vagina was the size of Lake Windermere. It wasn't ironic that she was actually from the Kendal area because she didn't exist. And no, none of the team have encountered similar body part/birthplace coincidences in their past. Stop sending the email.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Stop sending the email, fella. We've read it.
Well, about 17 times now.
9:45. Who's on the line? Hello, thank you for ringing.
Tommy doesn't live here anymore. Thomas took the room on the 2nd floor. I'm sorry that he left no forwarding address that was known to me. Tommy! Oh, Tommy! Tommy, where are you? You've gone. Tommy, where did you move to?
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Take a Skype call. Who's next, Stuart?
Well, John's just dropped off, so bear with me while I just bring up one of the other ones. There, you've got Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hello.
What do you say?
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you too, excitingly.
Good.
I just want to talk about this